Hey y'all, what's up? How you doing? It's me. Just came from a walk. Yeah. Remember that time is fluid, so whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. May not resonate with everyone, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest. What's up, y'all? Let's see. Today is Friday the 13th. It is 2:46 p.m. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? I'm checking in. Let's check in. Check in with me. Justice. On the bottom of the deck. Ooh, look at that. Something's being balanced out. Okay. Something's been, something's been balanced out. Justice, right? Releasing some toxicity. Seven of Swords. Justice for something somebody did. Somebody stole something. Somebody was a thief. They were deceptive. Decepticon. Let's see what's going on here. I took a nap. I did. I had the privilege of being able to take a nap. The days are getting longer, so y'all already know it's going to be, it's that time. People are coming back outside. The weather's getting better, right? The season's changing. People getting back out there doing whatever they do, right? Will it be the same? I don't know. Right? What's going on here, Spirit? Up to you. Listen. Eight of Cups. Walking away. Release them. But it's, it's time to go. Time to go. Look, the Tower. Come on. Yes. It's time to go. Listen. Victory. Yes. The Chariot. Listen. Whatever this is, whatever somebody tried to get away with, it won't work. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No weapon formed. Listen, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. All right, now speak, Spirit. Speak. No weapon formed against you. Yeah, you're releasing something. You're bringing down the Tower. You're letting it fall. You're transforming. Yeah. Victory. Victory. Somebody's confused, nigga. Oh my God. Somebody's confused. They're confused. Yeah. You broke down somebody's foundation. Yeah. Listen. There's somebody you thought that that was your person, your people, whoever this was, right? That was somebody, Yeah, with this Eight of Cups, it's like you gave this person time after time after time, right? Especially when it's connected to emotion, it's like giving and not receiving. And it's like when you finally said, I've done all I can do, you took that leap of faith, nigga. And that's whatever that was they was trying to do, that shit backfired. Yeah, you caused a tower when you walked away. Yes, sir. You could be on a platform. There's somebody on the stage. You got people that admire you, that look up to you. They see you as, we got a King of Cups here. That could be the person that was trying to, whatever they was doing, whatever, you was trying to have with them. You got fed up. You're fed up. If you ain't fed up, you will be. You could have just left. That's what I hear. Four of Pentacles and the Page of Cups in the reverse. Listen, you got fed up with the game, with the mind games, with the empty promises, right? The childishness, the abandonment, the distance, feeling alone in a crowded room. This don't have to be just one person. It's the empty, it's the fake love, Spirit. Thank you. It's the fake love. Yeah, Chariot, forward movement. Yeah, and everything's in alignment. Everything is moving forward. Yeah, when you made that decision to walk away, that's when the chariot started moving forward, and that's when the tower fell as well. King of Swords. Learned the lesson. Grown wiser. Understanding and recognizing your value and your worth. Right? With family. With those that are closest to us, right? Okay. Spirit said take it. Look at that. Yeah. Some of y'all had to walk away from family. Knight of Wands. Two of Cups in the reverse, yeah. From family, from people that claim that they love you as opposed to romantic relationships. People that, just come in your life and they play Romeo, but they really, I heard Jezebel. But they really a Jezebel, you know what I'm saying? They're really a player. They're really undercover, you know what I'm saying? They're not honest. They just want to be in your presence. Look, I'm telling you, Knight of Wands and the Lovers. I'm trying to tell you something in the reverse. Yeah, those that just come in to eat out the cookie jar. That's all they want to do. Eat all the cookie out the cookie jar. They deposit nothing, and if they do, it ain't something that you fucking want. Listen, not in alignment. You hear me? Not divinely. No, you learn. You had to learn, right? You had to learn. But the fact that you made the step to walk away from it is a lesson being learned, right? And that ends the whole wheel. The wheel just falls because it ain't moving no more. Ain't nobody riding no more, right? It also could trigger someone to recognize that they're not, it breaks down their little bubble as well, right? For you to walk away and, and just give up. It breaks that power, that hold that they thought they had over everybody. And it's time for them to learn the lesson too. Just like listen, Nine of Swords, I can't make it up. Time for them to learn the lesson too. Now somebody's starting to recognize. Yeah. Listen, how they've been doing what they've been doing, that shit didn't work. Child, please. It didn't work. Because you let go. You stop caring. You stop investing in the cycle. Right? You chose yourself. Listen. But they was not expecting this. Somebody was not expecting this. And Ten of Pentacles is on the table in the reverse. Family, friends, and lovers. Those families we make with lovers. You hear me? They don't have to be blood. They can be the family that we make. That we put ourselves into when we're connecting with others. Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands. Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups. The Chariot. New adventures. Excitement. Still seeking. Still seeking that Ace of Cups, that unconditional love. That's the Page of Wands. The Moon. The Lovers in the reverse. Going on your own on an adventure. Like if you're a part of this you see how this Ten of Cups has all different kind of people, right? And it doesn't look like they're all from the same lineage. This is you, one of those people in that group, deciding to go off on your own. You don't feel a part of. You don't feel like there's unconditional love here. You learned that. You learned that there was a lot of withholding of emotions here. Of support. Yeah, there was a lot of that here. There was a lot of fake love there, for real, for real. There was a lot of it, yep. It's like they smiled in your face, but behind the scenes they didn't support you. They gossiped, you know what I'm saying? But the only reason that they continued is because they were feeding off of you in some way. You know what I mean? But when you started to wise up, started to set up boundaries, right? Stop accepting, behaviors, right? Comments, and stop going around. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen, Three of Pentacles, when you stop dealing with them, when you stop investing with them, when you stop allowing them to not give, but only take, right? Judgment. You call judgment, man. Listen. You surrendered it to God. Yes. You allow God, you allow the universe to take you on this new path, right? You don't know where it's going. You don't know what it's going to be like because you're so used to being around energy that only takes from you. And that's why sometimes we are afraid to move forward and let go of these relationships, is because we don't know, you know what I'm saying, if we're going to walk into the same shit. Why not stay with the evil you know what I mean? Or, what's going to happen is fearful to do that, to step outside of the environment, everything that you know, right? But you got to trust God and trust the universe, you know what I'm saying? That's where it comes from. That's where your soul is. Your soul is with Him. He really directs your path, right? This is just the path of least resistance for some, but it's a narrow path. Yoke yourself to Jesus, you hear me? And your path won't be as heavy. You surrendered to the Most High. That's what this is. The Magician. Ooh, child. Manifest, transition. Man, listen. Step into your power. Yes. And when you step into your power with this King of Swords energy, it's through experience, it's through wisdom, it's through patterns, it's through choosing yourself every day. Right? Because there's so many other things we can choose when we walk away from our environment. We could choose to go down any kind of path. Right? But if you're going to walk away from the bullshit, then you better be walking into something that's going to uplift you. And you know that's what it is, because look at how you feel when you're around these people. Come on now. Listen. Releasing it. You're releasing it. You're not competing with them. You're not arguing, not fussing, you're not fighting with them. You know what I'm saying? You're just releasing it. And therefore it shall fall away. Come on now. And when it falls away, the tower falls, right? Right. Listen. You're not sitting around trying to figure it out anymore. What's going on here, Spirit? Four Swords in the reverse. You weren't healing here. You couldn't heal here. There was a lot of brokenness, a lot of damage, a lot of woven in trauma. You know what I mean? A lot of trauma. You couldn't heal here, wherever you at. You couldn't heal here, but it was like it's like from childhood you grow up and all the shit you had to go through. That's who you are, right? That's who you are. Your family, the people that you call family, the things that happened to you, the things that you witnessed, that shit, that's all a part of who you are, right? And in all of it, and accepting everyone for who they were, you still weren't accepted. You feeling me? You didn't get that unconditional acceptance. That's what this shit is. You didn't get that. But you gave and you helped and you supported, but you never received it. That's the Page of Cups is in the reverse. You never received it because in the upright it's still fake as fuck anyway. Two of Pentacles in it. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Six of Cups in the reverse, I mean. I think my deck's upside down. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Because I see the the ten of swords. Not the ten of swords, the hell's the one that's walking away? It is a ten of swords. That is a ten of swords. That's what it was. I seen it. Yeah. A lot of, yeah. It was like you were like the sacrificial lamb. You were always the person that people would use as a punching bag, as a projection receiver. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they was fucking going through in their life, or how they was feeling about themselves, they heaved it on you, because it was as if you were at the bottom of the totem pole. You were the one that had the most. Oh, I heard strikes against you. That's a new one. Alright? You were the one that had the most strikes against you. You were the one that, I'm here in a yearbook. You're the one least expected to graduate, right? To become anything. To, you know what I'm saying? To get your shit together, right? To overcome any obstacles. Yeah, that's what this was. So, I heard the spirits that they didn't respect you. Period. I wanted to say something else, but they didn't respect you. What's going on here? Two of Cups. Choices. The Emperor. Somebody wanted to be in control of your choices. How far you would get. Like, even if you were trying to advance in someone, maybe you go to school or something like that. You're trying to get your shit together. There was still somebody around you that was sabotaging. Right? They weren't supportive. They didn't give you the support. They were very needy too. They always needed you for some fuck shit. But when it came to you going after your dreams, your aspirations, you had to do that shit by yourself. And what you did it by yourself, because you also became the type of person that felt like you needed to prove some shit to fit, you know what I'm saying, to fucking fit in, to establish some kind of level in your fucking life for these people. But you recognize, no, you know, do that shit for yourself. Don't do that for them. They don't even give a fuck. And plus, they just sabotaging you anyway. Listen, look at this. Queen of Swords in the reverse and an Emperor. A liar and a controlling narcissist. They both could be narcissists, yet honestly, this is somebody that wants to be in control of everything. They think they are. Alright? They could be very manipulative. They could lie. This is the Emperor in the upright. Somebody's very controlling here. Queen of Swords in the reverse. This is somebody that's not learning lessons, or they use what they know to manipulate people. They're a liar. This is a jealous energy as well. This is somebody that may feel defeated in some way by you. What's this? Page of Pentacles. I also feel like the way the dynamics of your relationships also affected the way you showed up in love relationships as well. Your family, your upbringing. You know what I mean? How you was raised to treat people. How you seen people. How you classify people. You feeling me? Based on the energy you see around you, how others do. King of Cups, I'm telling you. Oh yeah. This is somebody that learned how to manipulate early. Because they got it. They watch their family, they mama, they daddy, they brothers, they sisters, they cousins, they uncles. You know, they friends. They seen how they were behaving. You know, and you know, they couldn't be themselves. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody felt like they couldn't be themselves, especially when it came to love. Somebody played hard, but they really didn't like to do that. It's almost like they're on autopilot. The Sun in reverse. Seven of Pentacles, investments. Something about the roots. Something about some kind of investment. Ooh, the High Priestess in the reverse. 7 of Pentacles. What's hidden here? What's somebody trying to keep hidden? Somebody was trying to control who, your relationships. How far what you were, because, you was this, listen, if you leave, when you walk away, then they ain't gonna have nobody to fucking make excuses for why they fucking up. Or why they haven't done any better in life. That's the Tower. That's the Tower. Listen, when you stop investing, that's the Tower. That's the Tower. What's going on here, Spirit? When you ain't around, right? For them to say, to point the finger at because they trying to hide what they got going on. You hear me? Before, we could always talk about what's going on in your life, right? So wasn't nobody paying attention what the fuck was going on in ours. Stop playing with me. Ha! 3 of Swords in the reverse. Except no more fucking illusions, right? Ooh-wee. They was creating a lot of illusions. Yes, sir. Yeah, heartbroken, right? Yeah, some of y'all could have been heartbroken. Because... what is it? Where there is grief, there was love. Love is the only emotion that can cause grief, that can cause pain, emotional pain, sadness, depression. Love. Yeah. 9 of Cups, you had to learn how to love yourself. You had to realize that you were the gift. We all, each individual is. When we realize that we are a gift, there's no way we can go out here fucking and hurt other people. There ain't no fucking way, because we know who you are. Even if you're not there yet, but here come that Tower. Somebody is messed up. Somebody is surprised that whatever they was doing, that shit didn't work. It didn't work. Listen. You said enough is enough. You stopped caring. You cut those cords. Yeah, they weren't able to get through because you walked away from it. You released it. You gave up. You gave up. They win. They don't affect you no more. The Tower, boom. They're confused. 7 of Pentacles. That investment. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Ooh, look at this. There's a Queen of Cups that was very deceptive. What they talking about? You guys could be seeing a lot of ravens. Somebody does something under the moon. Full moon. Queen of Cups in the reverse. There's somebody that's drowning in their emotions as well. Yeah. Somebody's underwater in their emotions. Somebody could be crying a lot. Somebody could be crying a lot. Knight of Swords, because what they did, man, is whatever somebody jumped off the cliff and did, right? They went forward. They went in full attack mode. Now, somebody didn't have no foresight. Nobody ever thought like what they did would be recognized and seen by others. I guess there was no way they thought that you were gonna heal, that you were gonna, get up, turn the table over. You hear me? Had no idea. Look at that. The moon in reverse. Ooh. Somebody try to hide how they feel. Somebody could be very, very depressed. Somebody could be really, really depressed. You stop carrying other people's burdens, yeah, and you stop allowing people to come and drop their bullshit on you as well, because something didn't go forth. They took a leap of faith. It didn't work. Somebody acted out of their emotions. Now, I feel like when people hurt other people, it's because they want to hide how they feel. Either they want to hide how they feel, or they're treating other people how they feel, how they've been treated. You know what I mean? When we're hurting people. But listen, I get it. I recognize it. I ain't here to tell you what to do. What's up, Spirit? What's going on? Anything else? We got Judgment in the King. Look at this in the reverse. The Three of Wands and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Somebody made a bad judgment. Somebody, listen. Listen. Somebody made a bad judgment. Somebody jumped out off the cliff, man. For real, they didn't care. They didn't have no faith in you, right? There was no. I'm telling you, because it was fake. These people didn't think you was gonna be shit. Do you hear me? Oh, whoever, they didn't think you was gonna be shit. They didn't. You were definitely the dumping ground. You were definitely when they would get their life would be fucked up. Oh my God! If they wasn't causing some kind of drama, if they stopped when they shit was falling apart, they look over and see you fucking doing something not right. Man, listen, if they didn't come and try to tear that shit up, yes, because they had to have you be the focus of everything fall apart, and they was jealous. They was jealous. That's what I'm hearing. They was jealous. I don't know who that is for y'all. Go figure. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna ask what you already know, right? Let's see. What's going on here? Anything else for the collective? Any confirmations here? From what we just seen here on the table? You gonna back this up? Let's back this up. What was that message again? They didn't hear you in the back. What did you say happened here? What's going on here? Spirit, don't play with you. He's not emotionally unstable. He's just not into you like that. King of Cups and Reels. They didn't forget to text you back. They just remembered they don't care that much. I know. Ouch. This don't have to be a lover. Shit, I understand. You know, you text somebody, even a friend. You know what I'm saying, and they don't text you back right away. They get busy, you know. But when they need something or they text you, you answer. You know what I mean? Phones stay in their hands 24/7, right? Yeah, it's a red flag. Return to the sender, Spirit said. Yeah, what's going on here, Spirit? Yeah, this could be somebody that really never even showed up for you, especially when you really needed support, right? You probably didn't even ask because, you know. What we got here, they breadcrumbing you. They breadcrumbing you, and you're out here baking a damn cake. Hello, you're making sure that they got their shit together, but when you are in need, they ain't around to be found. You hear me? They ain't. You're trying to grow a garden in someone else's emotional parking lot. There ain't no dirt there. It's all concrete. You're trying to grow a rose. You're trying to plant seeds that's hitting the ground, and then the birds will come and pick up them seeds. Okay? The birds, look, the third parties, the outside energy, right? That's because they take it and they give it to somebody else. Hello? Stop romanticizing a walking red flag. That isn't mastery. It's emotional unavailability in a leather jacket. Somebody likes to wear leather jackets. He's not deep. He's just bad at testing back. Yeah, run. You're trying to get somebody to see your worth. Stop. Listen. If you have to, I'm not saying don't showcase your talents, your skills, all right? Because those are God given. If that's who you are, that's who you are. You know what I mean? But it's like, don't use it to overexert yourself and overgive, right? Or over try to, for somebody to see your worth. If they don't, spirits, if they don't see your worth right off the fucking bat, come on, spirit. Listen, they're not that into you. Spirit said right off the bat. Off the bat. Oh, talk to them. You're not their therapist, especially if you're paying yours because of them. You always want to be there. You want to help everybody. You want to be the shoulder they come and cry on. Of course you do. Of course you do. But I know you want it too. You know, you want that to be able to be vulnerable too. Spirit said, Lord, check on your strong friends. The ones y'all say the strong ones that always get through everything. Hello. Yeah, we want to, hey, how you doing? Y'all, everything okay? We want that too. Shit. Helping someone grow is beautiful, but if you're spending $150 a week on a therapist because, child, they driving you crazy, they draining you, they this, they that, right? Come on, man. Can't nobody help you but yourself. Let me see. If they only apologize after you threaten to leave, it's not growth, it's desperation. I told you, they smile on your face and they pretend they love you, they support you. What's this? You're not asking for too much, just the wrong people. That's when you knew you had to let. That's the 8 of Cups. Time to go. If they don't do labels, good. Label them unavailable. They don't want to label the relationship. That means it's like the store's open 24/7. The store's open. Anybody can come in and get what they want. If they, you know what I'm saying? That's what I hear. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it right there. I hope y'all enjoyed the message. That was alright. I'll see y'all on the next one, alright? Y'all stay up.